Hello. We are playing a new game called Maitetsu. I don't know much about this game other than there's trains and the main girl is tiny. I've seen the broom CG a lot of times, and if you don't know the broom CG, don't worry, it's wholesome, alright? Let's just get into it, shall we? I've been stalling for too long. Alright, let's just go. Let's hope the audio is fine. But then again, I haven't really tested it in-game. I've only tested it through the samples. Yeah. Great, you can just start from any route when you reach it. Alright, I'm already seeing some issues here. Where's the options menu? There it is. Let's just, there you go. 35, I guess. Look at that animated animated sprites. You just agreed to react to a full-on hentai. Well, yeah, on Patreon. Oh, I didn't see that they had a bar at the bottom of the names with the yellow. Oh, right, you've got the glossary, don't you? Hang on, let me go back. Look. Adhesion is yellow. Oh, they've got. This is extra work. You've got yellow text inside of yellow text. Oh my goodness. What the fuck? Bro just started speaking out of nowhere. I didn't know what was happening. A lot of passion went into this. Look, I already told you, there's a lot of train people in Japan, and I wouldn't be surprised if Maitetsu's developers were one of them, or were also train fanatics. There are quizzes to progress the story. Interesting. But speaking of, this is the first visual novel that I've played that has the main character actually speaking. So, it'll be interesting, to say the least. There's also a connection here. You've got adhesion, spreading of sand. Look, I'll go through them another time. Let's just... Good luck, man. It'll be fine, alright? Look, let's just say I'm out of my element when it comes to trains, alright?
何かあったの？報告を。続報を速やかに送りなさい。沈黙は許しません。早
早く続報を。
冷静になり報告しなさい。
最大限の制動をください。滑走せぬよう補助します。
Look, I don't think you need a glossary summary for braking. I think people know what braking is. Even people who've never driven a car before know what a brake is.
制動了解。この速度から非常は無理よね。
Hey, there might be children playing this. Sure? You sure about that?
これ以上は滑走します。限界です。制動力は足りません。
これでもロック？どれだけ粘着力落ちてるのよ。
これはもう方法が。
Wait, let me catch that again. It's still locking up how much it heat. Hang on, what? Okay, yeah. Basically, they're going too fast, they're not braking fast enough.
報告なさい。何の方法？報告が1秒遅れるだけで危険が何メートル近づくか分かってるでしょうに。
状況未確定の事故報告。発砲は9642レールロード。蹄鉄貨物15両編成。全車両喪失の可能性あり。
15両全部？って詳細
9642レールロードは鉄橋崩落と断末魔の教官で藤川橋梁が崩落したと。
Damn. Where's the glossary entry for Fuji River Bridge?
藤川？まさかそんな近すぎる。
冬季に停止の手段なし。制動力を最大限適正にとっても75秒後止まりきれずに。
お客様乗せてんのよ。無理でも止める。再減速そっち主導で。
Damn, where's Spider-Man when you need him?
再減速了解。圧強めます。
ああもうこんな時に横風まで。
Uh-oh. Okay, so here's essentially the two situations. Either they don't stop fast enough and they ride off on the bridge, or they stop too hard and now they're gonna get fucking toppled over because of the wind. It doesn't help that it's raining profusely too, so there's a lot less grip on the rails.
制動続行。もう少し。もう少しだけ。
But then again, the friction will allow the water on the rail to evaporate, I guess. I'm not a physics guy. I don't know much. Poof, poof, woo. Yeah, this is how much I can contribute to the game. If the main character has a voice, I can't do much.
これ以上は空転します。限界です。制動力は足りません。
だったら他停止以外の方策を。手段は問わない。目標は転落回避。
停止以外でしたら逆に。
ああそうね。逆にこれしかないわね。
お客様ご着席大丈夫でしょうか。
車掌席車販真泉のコンビでしょ。やってるわきちんと彼女たちの仕事を。
They have a glossary entry for sales clog too. I mean, I guess that maybe there's people who don't know that there's stores or there's things that are sold on trains, I guess. And then you've got the conductor, which is me. I'm the conductor. That's what the hat says.
そうですね。私たちも私たちの。
やってやるわよ。 一世一代の仕事をね。ナムさん。
Oh my god! I expected this.
ここだ。落ちてないぞ。奇跡だな。止まってくれたというのか。いや、転覆だ。脱線転覆。
I
だが
told you.
全滅よりはよほどマシだ。
They're either gonna fall off the river or they're gonna get toppled over by the wind and derail. I have a big brain. It's not like I knew that it was gonna end up poorly.
これは先頭客車、特にひどいな。おい、探すんだ。生存者を探して救助しろ。
A voice. I hear a voice. I feel a hand. Someone is shaking me. Then I'm alive. Just my half.
いました。生存者、呼吸ありますが重傷です。
I can't believe these nameless NPCs have faces. This is a breakthrough in visual novel history. This is the biggest breakthrough in visual novel history.
子供じゃないか。おい、君。ダメです。動かさないで。頭から出血しています。
Okay, so the main character was on the train that crashed. Unlucky. Bleeding from my head. Should I do a kid voice? But then again, I don't really do kid voices when I talk when I read out the in-head voice, right? Oh, okay. Look, just because you've heard my humor voice, okay, it'll just sound weird. Sure, whatever. Fuck you. Then I should just head to the light. But then Michiko, my sister, pushed me to safety.
止血しろ。助けるんだ。早く。もちろんです。ですが、一刻も早く病院に連れて行かないと。どう移送する？救援車は一番近くて小津だぞ。徒歩で保線基地まで戻った方がまだ早い。無理です。それではとても持たない。ならどうしろと。
No use. I have no idea what they're saying. Why do I feel so sleepy? I was just sleeping earlier.
死者にエアクラ飛ぶやつ、試作機があるだろう。あれを要請しろ。
Oh lord, bad sign. Okay, they cut off the aircraft instead of aircraft. Hang on, I need to see
エア
this.
ロクラフテック社が開発した太陽光と地磁気のエネルギーを利用して動力を生み出す機関のことを一般的にはエアクラ機関と呼んでいる。で、エアクラ機関を使う乗り物全般をエアクラと呼ぶね。
This is like in-game lore now. The aircraft doesn't exist in the real world. Look, bro's lost a lot of blood. It's not surprising that he's tired again.
あの試作機か。
Fuck.
いや、だがこの風だぞ。
I didn't mute fast enough.
無人で飛ばせ。たとえ落ちても誰も死なん。放っておけばこの子は死ぬ。考える余地があるか。
It was nice ASMR. My mic was in the red. What are you talking about?
わかった。この子の命が最優先だと要請しよう。おい、君、頑張れ。試作機が来るまで死ぬんじゃないぞ。
Okay.
死なせませんよ。死なせませんとも。
This is meant to be like a serious scene, okay? You don't need to talk about my sneezing.
飛ばせ。飛ばすんだ、飛行型を。この子の命が最優先だ。何を置いても飛ばさせろ。
相鉄様、 問題なく雨雲を抜けました。が、雨雲を突っ切れとのご命令は今後お控えください。ナビは相鉄様の命を最優先として判断します。
Navi? Yeah, it's Navi from fucking Ocarina of Time.
相鉄様の急ぎなので無理をしてもとのご命令と相鉄様の命を最優先することとには矛盾があります。
Look, Navi, you don't get don't talk back to me. I'm the fucking pilot, all right? So the difference between a plane in the real world and an aircraft is they got a steering wheel. it like okay.
矛盾の判断には大きな思考能力を必要とし、その負荷が相鉄様の安全を脅かすという。相鉄様？
すまない。少し寝ていた。
That's not how I sound.
これは起こしてしまいましたか。すみません。
意図的だろう。僕はうなされていたのだろうな。
意図的などとご冗談を。ナビは物です。物品です。何を意図することもございません。
You may be an inanimate object, but you have enough sass to fucking talk back to the pilot.
そうか。お前がそういうのなら、そうなのだろうな。
はい、さようです。ナビは単なるドライバーですので。
This is the future, I guess.
訂正しておけ。お前は、ナビは単なるではなく、最上級のドライバーだ。
This is like steampunk, right? Which is like futuristic, but also like industrial revolution aesthetic.
ご命令を了解しました。ナビは相鉄様の基準においては最上級のドライバーです。
I've been on this screen for too long that they couldn't zoom in any further.
可愛くないな。
物品ですので。
Talking with a thing, or perhaps I'm just talking to myself. Actually, should I? Hang on. Let me try to.
可愛くないな。
Why could I not? No, I can't do it. Even so, my dulling, clouding, and sinking heart had begun to rise again. That was cringe. Man, shut the fuck up. Even after waking from the dream, reality is just a continuum of it. Just like during the accident, Navi has saved me again. Excuse me? Oh, right, because she was flown to the hospital or whatever. Here in Ohitoyo. Jesus Christ. What is up with these names? Yep. This town below is what saved my life.
何年ぶりになるか。
Ohio too. Shut up.
6年4ヶ月ぶりです。相鉄様。
Is Ohitoyo okay? The town of Ohitoyo. Jesus, I can't say it fast because I get tongue twisted. The town of Ohitoyo below me seems like it hasn't changed since I left.
6年4ヶ月。
But there was a change occurring from within. That's what forced me to come back.
何かが変わるには十分な時間。いや、変わらずにいるには長すぎる時間なのかもしれない。
ご命令を了解しました。同期間におけるお人よしの変化をご報告します。
My mumbling may have sounded sentimental. Navi purposely misinterprets that in response to me.
行政に関しての最大の変化は市長です。現在の市長にはヒナイ・ポーレットが就任しています。
避内というと前の市長の。
はい、ご息女です。しかし行政手腕は遺伝しなかったとの評判です。
世評が無能と断じているのは前職か現職か。
後者のようです、相鉄様。
なるほど。それゆえお人よは衰退し、エアクラ工場の誘致話が持ち上がったわけか。
There's another glossary entry. Where was the glossary entry for mayor? What if I didn't know what a mayor was? They only have glossary entries for train shit and in-game law shit.
その詳細までは分かりかねます。
おっと。
What is a factory? The tone of voice remained the same. But it seems to me that the Navi sounded a little angry. Or perhaps it's just my imagination.
ナビ、お前もエアクラの仲間だったな。気を悪くしたか。
Well, this is not an aircraft. This is a plane. It's a Setsuna.
まさかナビは物品ですので。
Aircraft, formerly known as the Aerocraft Tech Engine. It was the invention by the Aerocraft Tech Company. Okay. That changed the world. The high efficiency motor uses terrestrial magnetism and solar... Okay, so they have a glossary entry for aircraft, but they're still going to explain it. So, like, that defeats the purpose of the glossary entry for aircraft. I guess. Maybe it's only there if you forget what aircraft was. Uses terrestrial magnetism and solar energy to power itself, rendering fossil fuel engines mostly obsolete.
怒ってないならよかったさ。
Whether for things running on land, the sea, or the skies. All vehicles that use the aircraft engine are simply called aircraft. Or it's just a quick summary. It's my brother in Christ, it's a paragraph entry. It's an entire paragraph. I did not. And the glossary goes more into detail. Yeah, I guess.
お前のように優秀なナビを敵に回したくはないからな。
敵も味方も相鉄様のご命令のままに。ナビはあくまで物品ですので。
Navi is what we call the aircraft. Did I say kra or kra? Both sound cringe. The aircraft navigation system. The simulated intelligence quickly developed with the aircraft and became commonplace. The sympathetic connection feature made gridlock a thing of the past. I see. Humans are cringe, indeed. That's why we have Navi, which is essentially like autopilot. Sympathetic connection. Allow...
共感はレールロード同士が相互に働かせることができる情報、感覚、感情までをもある程度伝えることを可能とする
Yeah, that's what...
方法でございます。共感はとっても便利
Oh shit, there's more.
距離があまり
Okay, stop that. So, this is
お前
what...
たちは確かに便利な物品だよ。ナビとエアクラなしでは移動一つさえ大騒動だ。
God damn it. This is what she used in the last scene to figure out that the bridge was broken. Okay, so they've got aircraft, which is like the engine, but then you've got aircraft, which is what he's using. Osu has a Hachiroku skin. I'm not surprised. This game is... Look, this game is popular enough to have 22 followers on Twitch. The poor screamers are naked. Okay. Yeah.
その便利な物品を作る工場を相鉄様はお人よに誘致してほしくはないとおっしゃっています。
Ohitoyo. Okay, I've got it down. I just need to warm up my tongue. Never mind. Fact checking. That's what this interrogation is veiled as. This Navi appears to be much more human than the others that are sold.
エゴだがな。この光景を目にしてしまえば。
Sensing my intention, Navi tilts the vehicle. My sight quickly finds what I was looking for. The belt of light that flows beneath. The glitter of the sunlight reflects on the symbol of Ohitoyo, the Kuma River.
お人よ以外に作ってほしいと思わずにはいられんのだ。ここは僕のもう一つの故郷なのだから。
Don't crash into the mayor's house. Look, it wouldn't be my fault, alright? It'd be Navi's fault.
承知しています。まもなく目的地の右対地酒造元です。上空を一度通過しますか？
そうだな。着水前に一度上から見ておこう。
ご命令を了解しました。
Vehicle becomes upright again, but there is no change in path. It seems that my order was already forecasted in the beginning.
目的地上空です。
言われずともだ。
There's no way I would mistake that. The old roof tiles, the multiple tanks that line the garden. It may not be the house I was born in, but it certainly is where I grew up. This is the #1 Migata brewery. Hey, I know a thing or two about beer though.
高度を下げた方がよろしいでしょうか。
Consider my dad runs a homebrew shop. He doesn't run a brewery though.
いや、仕事の邪魔になっては。およ。
I see a shadow, the size of a dot far below. It's moving wildly. It starts to hop around, and suddenly it darts into the brewery.
響きか。相変わらずの様子だな。少しは大人になったかと想像していたのだが。
明確な変化が見られます。以前の響様にはない行動です。
なあ、なるほど。確かに。
Under One Wing is about trains, and Maitetsu is about trains. Yeah, and then there's another one that's about rockets. Hibiki in the past wouldn't even have gone into the brewery to report. Planes. Yes, I meant planes. I know I mixed them up, alright? Freudian slip. She would have just blindly run after the aircraft. If she were in a bad mood, she may have flat out ignored it.
ならば、実地で確かめるとしよう。ナビ、最適地点に着水してくれ。
That's not dementia. That's Freudian. It's. I read the whole sentence, okay, and then I said, shut up. I was reading ahead too fast, alright?
ご命令を了解しました。着水地点をサーチします。
This former prototype aircraft quietly descends. Despite being the product of technology from over a decade ago, it shows no sign of slowing down.
あと120秒で着水します。着水後は中期モードに移行してよろしいですか？
I don't think you need a glossary entry for parking, alright? Okay, actually, what is park mode? It is one sentence.
頼む。
ご命令を了解しました。着水後、中期モードに移行します。
Actually, what is park mode?
中期とは、機体を任意の一定の場所に留めておくことです。
Ah, thanks. I never would have known. I wouldn't have figured that out. Kuma River draws closer. What appeared to be blue from above now looks a deep emerald. After we set down in the water, I can walk on the wing to reach the shore. I'll be back in Ohitoyo. Ah, so interesting.
着水します。相鉄様。
Silence. A long silence expected up from the Navi.
どうしたナビ？
お疲れ様でした。と、言ってらっしゃいませ。どちらが適正なご挨拶でしょうか。
ああ。
When someone returns home, the navigation system says welcome back. When someone gets to their destination, it says farewell. That's Navi's default greeting.
お前に任せる。どちらでもそう大差はないさ。
ご命令を了解しました。それでは、相鉄様。
And we land. The watery splashes are drowned out by the flow of the river.
どうぞ、お気をつけていってらっしゃいませ。
My face when a navigation system has more personality than the main character. A thick, low table made from a single piece. Despite its large size, there's not a scratch on the thing. Thick. It is very thick. Look at... hang on. Look at how thick that table is. I almost felt overwhelmed at how perfect it is. It reminds me that I have indeed returned to the Migita household. To my right, Hibiki's glancing at me back and Jesus Christ, back and forth. What the fuck? Look, alright. Never mind. It's like when we first met. She acted the exact same way then. The exact same way then. When I was first brought into this house. As she is now.
この家は変わらないな。何もかもが懐かしい。
そうですか。兄さん懐かしいですか。
Hibiki's expression lights up and raises her voice full of glee.
懐かしい。ここまで何も変わらないとは夢にも思っていなかった。
This is an interesting thing, right? Maitetsu is at the exact same volume as like Navi and Hibiki, right? But both of them sound louder than him. Are you actually okay? I don't know. Maybe I'm still sick. She scowls all of a sudden. Her tone of voice lowers too.
私もですか。変わらない。兄さんがデートへ旅立っていったあの時と。
なあ、いや、変わったな。響きは確かに大きく変わった。
Reino Hachiroku? Hachiroku. Navi pointed it out too. Hibiki's growth is remarkable. Once I admit that to her, her scowl softens up.
どの辺が変わって見えます？兄さんの目には。
I just can't get chocolate. How have I played 3 fucking visual levels that have chocolate as the voice actor, as a voice actress? I mean, it's not fair that I'm counting volume 1, 2, and 3 as 3 games, but still. Also, I meant 4. Never mind.
何より口調だ。綺麗な標準語で話している。 気づくなという方が無理な変化だ。僕が出た時はコテコテの熊本弁を使っていたのに。
He looks at me, mad and disgusted. The expression stuck on Hibiki's face slowly fades.
それは私だってデートに出ていくつもりですから、きちんとした先生について練習を重ねたんです。
お、響もテートにか。帝大にでも進むつもりか？
私が兄さんの後輩ですか。そうできたら素敵ですけど、今の成績ではとても無理です。
Nagi or Reina? Hang on, let me go back. Reina. Like, I don't know these characters. Why are you telling me to prefer which one based off looks, man? Nagi or Fumaki? I don't care. They both. Bro, if it wasn't for the guy, I'd be like, who are these characters?
ならば成績を上げればいい。
I think that's the first time I've seen Hibiki smile today. A true smile, I mean. One with no other emotions mixed in.
その笑顔は変わっていないな。いいことだ。
少しも変わってらっしゃらないのは兄さんですよ。できないことはできるまでやればいいって。
Sotetsu or the granddad? Alright, you're getting out of hand. Hibiki's still smiling. He giggles happily.
全く変わっていないとは夢にも思いませんでした。お勉強にお仕事にさぞご苦労されたでしょうに。
変わらんか、僕は。
細かなところはまだわかりません。けれど、兄さんの一番兄さんらしいところは同じです。
A real girl or the MILF? The MILF. What do you mean? What do you mean by a real girl?
自分のことはよくわからんが。響が言うならそうなのかもしれん。
Suddenly turns bright red. Hibiki has always had such a wealth of expressions, even going all the way back to when we were super young.
私が言うならって。そら確かばい。ひーちゃんは昔からそうちゃんの言葉よう見ゆうけんね。
Speaking of the MILF, I've also heard your voice before. Hang on a minute. Here is your favorite? Okay. She sounds like it too. Mizusawa K. Alright. Where have I heard you from? If I've actually heard you from somewhere. Only Chi-Chi? Hang on a minute. Yeah. I'm not recognizing any of the characters that she has played. So she just sounds like every other MILF character. So, yeah. Nene is still Nene, I see. There's the dialect I thought Hibiki lost. The sliding door had opened without a sound. Makara is standing there, holding a tray with some barley tea.
そうちゃん、おかえり。 じーっと見ん間に、よっか男になったね。
Akira's smile is a slow and gentle one. I'm reminded of the Kuma River. I'm reminded of the Kuma River I saw from above before. What? I've never seen a smile be compared to a river. Ample and beautiful, but once mad, fiercer than anything in the world.
でしたら光栄です。養子とはいえ、僕も右手の人間として。
It's Cowdy from in Riddle Joker. Oh god. Oh no. Hang on. Yes, voice characters 775. What the fuck? Are you serious? Like, it was at the bottom of the list too. Yeah, you have to scroll all the way down. Because Riddle Joker is one of the more, well, I wouldn't say recent, but Riddle Joker, Kakimoto Kaori. Oh god. She's a villain as well. I mean, what? I didn't just spoil Riddle Joker.
他人行儀は好かんよ。右手の人間言うなら、当時の言う言葉は聞かんと。
はい。いや。うん。
Damn, even the main character has animations. I respond with an okay, which I only do when I come back home. Cheers, Ayaka and Master Magistrate. Well, you know, I'm gonna have to finish Maitetsu before I get into the Master Magistrate. Especially since Amazing Grace is probably gonna be longer than. Actually, how long is Master Magistrate? Amazing Grace again? Amazing Grace is 26 hours. Okay, so I'm gonna finish Amazing Grace before Maitetsu, considering that Maitetsu has 38 hours. So, yeah. The short sound seems to have brought back memories of the words we exchanged here years ago.
ただいま、枕ね。ただいま、響き。
ん？おかえり。おかえり、ニーニー。
It is so bizarre hearing Chocola's voice and not being able to pet. She hands me a glass after taking a drink. The distant memories of summer come back to me. That's right. It was always like this. When I got back home, she always welcomed me with ice water. Crunch, crunch, he's eating the ice. You've been defiled by Negopara, literally and figuratively. What do you mean? Head patting is not defiled. Just because you can touch other places with the feature doesn't mean that I was thinking of doing that with Hibiki.
ニーニー、また氷食べよ。兄さん、また氷なんてお食べになって。
Yes, you were. Do not lie. You're projecting.
おいしかもんね。うちんくらの水は全部球磨川の一等よかもんやけ。
No, it's because the ice is crunchy, and crunchy feeling makes it taste better.
Mm.
It was only after I was adopted by this family in Ohitoyo that I found this out. How the water and the ice could actually taste so good. Then, Protecting this water is a duty I must fulfill.
それで枕ね。
And in that case, I have to fulfill that duty as soon as possible. I can enjoy reminiscing at some point later.
お人よにエアクラ工場を誘致するという話。今、どの程度のものになってる？
なんねえ、そうちゃん。夏休みで帰ってきたんじゃなかと？
うん。大学は休学してきた。
休
A surprised look washes over Hibiki's face.
勉学よりも、この件の方がはるかに大事と思ったからな。
You're taken by the MILF, I can tell. Indeed I am. I told you, alright? Granted, there are a lot of things that happened revolving around my taking a leave of absence. Look, it's not my fault that they gave her the MILF voice, alright? They gave her prime RR voice. Don't you dare. My foster father did give me some conditions to follow. I'll find the right time to talk about that later. Are you talking to me? Or... do they not know about the conditions? There is at least one more MILF, I think. Yeah, I guess.
そういったら兄に、ということは、兄さんも工場誘致を推進に？
That was a lot of animation right there. Hang on, let me see if.
そういったら兄に。
Damn, it's just like in Nekopara. They don't play the animations again if you replay the voice.
なあ。ん？いや。
Did I hear that right? I didn't quite understand what was being asked and agreed to it without thinking.
響は今なんと？
ですから、兄さんも工場誘致を推進しに戻ってきてくださったのかと。
推進？
I didn't hear her wrong, but unable to believe that. I turn to look at Makura. She smiles and gives a small shrug.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can do his voice when he does that. Ah, I see. I see what's going on now. Ibuki's the one who's for the factory being built here.
推進などと、どこでどうそのような考えを吹き込まれたんだ？
She looks surprised again. Ibuki's cheeks gradually turn bright red.
吹き込まれたなんていう言い方はやめてください。
そうか、すまん。では言い直そう。誘致の推進という考えに、響はなぜ思い至った？
それは。
Closes her mouth. Ibiki glances to her sides. To her sides? Keeping her eyes away from mine, she speaks with conviction in her voice.
お人よの衰退を考えれば当然の結論だというだけです。エアクラの工場誘致は安定的な発展をもたらします。
確かに、それは一面の真実だ。だが、エアクラ工場誘致が呼び込むものは他にもある。
True. I look at Hibiki, then turn to Makoto. A silent yet powerful nod.
水質汚染。そのことを響は。
知っています。もちろん。
She raises her voice. Hibiki's eyes first home in on Makoto.
姉さんも兄さんと同じことを言っていましたから。
He calls her Ne-san instead of Ne-ne on purpose. A sisterly quarrel, you could say.
ですが、汚染などという言葉は大げさです。排水は国の環境基準内に余裕を持って収まるよう処理されます。
Yeah, that's what they all say, though. Hibiki's very emotional. I choose my words carefully so as not to accidentally set her off.
それは確かに。が、国の基準はいわば最大公約数。地方地方の特色までを考慮してあるものとは言えない。
Hibiki bites her lip. She looks downward, mortified before looking back up at me.
ニーニーまでねーねーと同じこと。
うん。やはりか。
やはりってなんねとぎゃ意味で
Clap. Hibiki, full of passion, jumps to her feet, but the clapping sound deflates the entire situation. It's Makoto. She claps her hands softly and looks a little troubled.
いけん。蔵の仕事の途中やったけん。そうちゃん、ひーちゃんと仲ようね。
What do you mean by that?
いややけん、ニーニーと仲ようなんて。
そうなのか。
She looks at a loss for words suddenly. Her expression says it all. First, her face was red, but now it's totally pale.
いや言うたんは、そのですね。そういう意味ではなくて。
なくて。
嫌というほど嫌じゃないっていうか、仲良くしたくないことはないんですけど、
嫌だけど、嫌じゃない。
I'm so bad with riddles. But if Hibiki says this out of desperation, it's my duty to figure out what she means. She's been soon. Not that hard.
嫌だけど、嫌じゃ。もしかして、それはあれか？俗に言う、嫌よ嫌よも。
スカン！ニーニーのアホー！
Goodbye.
おっと。
At the seat cushion, she yells at me. Hibiki runs out of the living room and locks herself in her room upstairs.
残念。間違えたか。
残念なんは確かばい。間違うとらんけど、間違うとるけんね。
枕ねえまで謎かけか。
I give up. Clearly he doesn't know what a tsundere is. Before I can even begin to think of the answer, I've already held up my hands in defeat.
今度は一体どういう意味？
When I try to open my mouth, Makoto puts her index finger to her lips.
言えんね、そうちゃん。言うたらうちがひーちゃんに一生恨まれったい。
一生。それはたまらんな。ならば聞くまい。自分でおいおい考えてみよう。
そうね。それがよかったい。
She smiles and sees me off. Makoto then lets out an exhausted sigh.
けど、こうなると困ってしまうね。そうちゃんには、ひーちゃんの部屋にひとまず落ち着いてもらおうと。無理ばい無理そぎゃんかこつ無理ったいニーニーと同じ部屋なんてどげんしても暮らせんけん
See, here's the thing, right? Hibiki sounds so much louder, even though that is the exact same volume as Sotetsu. Right?
言うても、昔は一緒の部屋で暮らしておったでしょう。昔は昔、今は今、そぎゃんこつ、言うまでもなかろうもん。
10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. After confirming that there's nothing more to say, Makoto slowly turns to me.
言うことらしか。どぎゃんすとねや、そうちゃん。
どうもこうも。
If Hibiki says she doesn't want to, then that's pretty much final. Besides, I don't want to force her to do anything. The answer was decided from the start.
僕の部屋など、物置でも押し入れでも構わない。なあ、 酒の倉庫は、できれば勘弁してほしいが。
デートでもお酒強ならんかったと？
飲まされはしたが、一向に。どうやら、下戸は体質らしい。
なんね、つまらん。ほんなら、酒蔵周りはよしとかんとね。
Makoto mumbles to herself before folding down her slender fingers one by one. What is... Okay, as she does, she claps, seemingly realizing something. And for the second time, the sound of her hands smacking together changes the vibe of the room.
じいさまの部屋がよかったい。
タイトさんの？
My foster grandfather, Taito, was the one who welcomed me into this home. I'm indebted to him for giving me a reason to live. So being invited to stay in his room catches me by surprise. Makoto interprets my reaction as one of being apologetic.
開かずの部屋になっとるけん。空気は悪かろうもんけど、本当の物置よりはましてや。
タイトさんの部屋なら光栄だ。よければ案内してほしい。
そうね。そんなら。
Migita family come from a long line of brewers of the Kuma Shochu. Where's the glossary entry for Kuma Shochu? Everything about his manor and garden is old and spacious. Despite having been adopted for years, there are many rooms I've never set foot in. It's the room past Makoto's, the room farthest down the hall. We turn the corner at the long hallway. The door unlocks with a heavy click. Makoto opens the wooden sliding door effortlessly. Holy.
これは。
This is like an actual image. This looks like an actual picture taken by the devs. It's hot and humid. Unfortunately so. And it's also filled with things. Things.
なんね、物置と変わらんばい。じいさまは整理整頓せん人やったとやね。
いや。
The things are all stacked high, but this is nothing like storage. The stacked things inside this room seem to have a common theme to them. All this junk wouldn't have a theme if it all was just bits and pieces of various people's things.
時間をかけて整頓すればかなり面白くなりそうだ。とはいえ、ひとまずは荷物を下ろす場所を作らねばな。
確かに、こいじゃ窓も開けれんね。あ、エアコンば手配せんとね。
いや。
そうちゃんのためだけじゃなかとよ。缶部屋ば整えば、他にも使いようはあるけん。
I would be dead if there was no air conditioner. She was thinking ahead of me there. Which is expected, given that she's the current head of the Migita family, the chief brewer of Migita of Kuma.
ならば、その時のため、今は汗をかくとしよ
う。Let me take stuff after the hallway first. The moment I start working toward a defined goal, Makoto exclaims with a tinge of cheerfulness.
そうちゃん、片付けの手が足りんと？
いや、一人でも夜。明日の朝までには何とかできるようには思う。
ほうたら、手伝いはいらんと？
いらんとまでは。いてくれれば助かることは間違いない。
Why didn't you just say that in the first place? A playful smile flashes across her face. Makoto speaks loudly to make her voice heard.
ちゃんは片付けの手伝いを探しとるんね。誰かおるかね。そうちゃんの荷ほどき手伝って。
Trot, trot, trot. A light thumping noise begins building. It's so light, in fact, that I don't even realize what it is at first. But now it's clear. That's the sound of someone coming down the stairs.
にいにい、手伝ってほしかった？
うん。
I do want to need help, yes. But mostly, I don't want to keep things awkward between Hibiki and me.
手伝ってもらえれば助かる。
If I talk to her from a place of complete honesty, the words I say may bring up old memories again.
昔から響はこうしたセンスに優れているからな。居心地よい部屋に整え直してくれれば嬉しい。
A smile lights up the room. She stands proudly.
任せんしゃ。兄さん、私にお任せください。
She clears her throat conservatively. Hibiki was slouching, but she's corrected her posture now.
私もいろいろあれから成長したんですから。兄さんのお部屋、素敵に仕上げてみせます。ほんならね、うちは醸造蔵に戻るけん。
I have a glossary entry for brewery. What is a brewery? No way! I never would have guessed. In other words, the storehouse that fit.
醸造蔵は焼酎の醸造をする。つまり酒米を。
I never would have guessed. Thanks for the hydrate. Makoto waves her hand, then claps before turning to us one more time.
小さまの部屋は二間続きになっとるけんね。どっちもそうちゃんの好きに使うてもろうてよかった。
There are books in front of me. Mountains and mountains of books, actually. All of which would have to be cleaned up before I could give myself a little walking around space.
次はこれだな。響、すまんが廊下に頼む。
はい。本当に重いですね。
頑張れ頑張れ。成長したところ見せてくれるんだろ。
それはもう体力的にもさすがに成長してますけど。
She mumbles something about wanting to show off how much she's grown up. Though, to be honest, no matter how hard she tries, she's still the same after all these years. Still, she tirelessly works, moving one thing after another. She takes the cardboard boxes I hand her and neatly stacks them up in the hallway.
よし、これで。どうやら畳が見えるようになったな。
ですね。なら次はこの飾りダンス。それから押し入れです。開けて不要品をどかせば本をしまえるようになります。
よし。ならばまずは。何して
るんですか、兄さん。
Dust attack. A dust cloud envelops us. Though calling it a dust cloud may actually be an understatement here. The dust must have hardened over time and created something of a surface. That surface then flowed over the display cupboard and swallowed Hibiki and me whole. The dust storm.
これはたまらん。
はたきです。はたきを使ってひとまずほこりを散らしましょう。
God, just hearing them talk about dust is flaring up my sinuses. The dust bowl. I can't open my eyes, but I certainly sense her presence. Hibiki's fidgeting about, but I can tell she's starting to move wildly to get some air circulation in here. What the fuck?
響どう
Oh! Beautiful is the only word that I can think to use to describe what I'm seeing.
どぎゃーして随時の部屋にお人形なんて
Alright, let's hope that, you know, I've seen what the all ages version of this scene looks like, and I've also seen what the not all ages version of this scene looks like, which I saw in a Twitch clip. So let's hope that I'm not the second person to get clipped.
の
A shaking voice on the verge of tears. I managed to remember what I was supposed to be doing.
響無事か怪我はないか
I grab her arms with both of my hands and look at her. It doesn't seem like she's hurt herself.
無事です怪我はありません
Hello, Meow. And have a chill stream, stranger, as I continue to suffer, jog. Oh, good luck.
なら何よりだ
We're playing a train visual novel about trains. Don't worry about what's on the screen right now. It's about trains. Now that I know she's fine, my focus turns to something else. I let go of Hibiki and pick up the broom and dustpan.
響は少し離れていろなに割れ物の処理になら慣れている
Dexter, this is why people aren't watching the stream.
そうなんですか兄さん割っちゃダメじゃないですか
Maybe I'm not being clear enough. She thinks all I do is make one mistake after the next. At my alcohol... Wait, she thinks all I do is make one mistake after the next at my alcohol wholesaler job. What?
いや僕ではない無論父でも仕事ではなく大学でな
帝大で
粗骨者の友人がいるのだ粗骨ですぐに物を壊すが驚くほどに賢い男だ
それはそうなのではその方もつまり帝大生なんですよね
勉強云々という話ではない1を聞いて100を知るというかうんこれでどうだ
What are they talking about? Hang on. I got distracted. Oh. Okay.
本当に手早いですね見事です
確かに見事だ
Aside from all the broken glass, there's nothing to interfere with my field of view.
まるで生きているような人形だな精巧で見入られそうに美しい
兄さん人形に興味があるんですか
Maybe this one. maybe he's interested in this one.
昔は双子だったからな興味もいつしか共有するようになってしまった
And his twin's name was Dexter. What?
しかし見事だこれほどの人形は見たことがいや
兄さん
I've seen something similar in the past. Or at least, I think so. Where was that? Oh.
って何か握り込んでいるな
本当ですねこれは鍵
どれ
I open up the tiny hand. Inside is something that gives off a dull golden shimmer.
確かに鍵だ。ゼンマイ鍵のようだが。
この子動くとゼンマイ人魚とや。
ならば鍵穴があるはずだ。
Thank fucking God. The moment I undress the doll, Hibiki lets out a weird scream.
そこまで驚くようなことか。ああ、確かに乳首のついた人形は珍しいかもしれんが。
What are you talking about, Sotetsu? There's no nipples.
そこではなく。
ならばこれか。こちらも変わった首飾りだが。
乳首も首飾りも同列ですか。そうではなく、部分で部分の話ではなく、すみません。
何を謝る？
人魚があまりに精巧なので、その兄さんがいかがわしい感じに少しだけ見えてしまって。
She's jealous. Never mind.
なるほど。寝入っている女性の服をはだけているならいかがわしいにも程があるが。
I keep going and remove the doll's pants. Hibiki doesn't say anything this time. The front, then the back. I scrutinize the doll, but can't find the keyhole anywhere.
人形は人形、物は物だ。どれほど人に似せていようと人とは異なる。
Yeah, and that's why she's the main heroine. She's main girl. So, you know, clearly his opinions on dolls have changed.
はい、それは分かっているのですが。
人形に思い入れるものだな。女の子というものは。
Hey. Don't guys do too. Just different kinds of dolls. Ichiko, my sister, was the same way. Whenever I was a little rough with her dolls, she would get mad, to the point of almost crying.
しかしどこにも穴がないな。いや、そうか。もしかしてこの下。
She going, she's so panicked. Even the circle is going out of control. The moment I reach for its underwear, Hibiki screams again, much louder than last time. My ears ring for a second. Hibiki grabs the doll away from me.
そこば見るならうちが見たい。
そうか？
If Hibiki insists, I'll just let her do it.
なら頼む。くれぐれも穴を見落とさんようにな。
Praising Sotetsu.
そぎゃ真顔で穴やら言わんと。
Where's the glossary for hole? I start gathering the clothes I took off. In the next instant, Hibiki stops and looks at me.
ポケット？何か。兄さん、これじゃないですか？
懐中時計か。なるほど。でかしたぞ、響き。
In the chest pocket of the doll's coat is a small pocket watch. I can insert the spring key into the hole and click.
はまるな。しかし、小さすぎて、これは壊してしまいそうで。や
けん、そぎゃこつ言わんと。
Creak, creak.
よし、回った。いける。
何がいけるのでございましょうか。
Here she is.
ん？
それでも日の本男児ですか。恥じ入りなさい。
おお、すごいな。
Who is this sassy lost child? Whoosh.
おっと、転ぶぞ。動きには気をつけろ。
あなたが平手打ちをかわさなければ。
I catch her tiny body and am extremely surprised.
響きすごいぞ。この人形、体温があるし、震えてまでいる。
ニーニ、その震え、怒っとう
なんと、泣きまでするのか。
Large hot droplets fall onto my hand. The doll shakes its head wildly.
泣いてなどおりませぬ。これは単なる蒸気排水です。
Steam exhaust. Yo, what's the glossary entry for that? Okay.
蒸気機関
I
を
was
動
not
かすために用いられる水蒸気は冷えてしまえば水へと戻ります。複水器というものがついている蒸気機関車ではその水を循環させ使いますが、8620ではそのまま
I was not expecting it to go that in depth. Alright. But
泣いてなどおりませぬ。これは単なる蒸気排水です。
so that's the voice line they use.
蒸気排水？
Breaking down those words individually. Maybe it means exhaust that takes the form of steam or something. But the doll's source of energy is a spring.
どういうことだ、それは。
それをお聞きしたいのはこちらです。一体これはどういうことなのですか。
Being looked at from below, I breathe in without thinking. There's no exhaust. Those are, without a doubt, tears. This doll is crying.
乙女の服を勝手に脱がし、人形だなんだと苦労して、おまけにその怒りまでをかわして笑い。
すまん。大きな誤解をしていた。
I bowed down apologetically, extremely apologetically.
物にも2種類があることを僕は確かに知っている。お前にはナビと同様、本物の知性があるのだな。
そのナビ様がどこのどなたかは存じませぬが、私に知性があることは確かです。
ならばお前は意志を持ち誇りを持つものだ。そうして僕は愚かにもそれを傷つけた。
Navi would continuously deny it, but Navi has its own will and pride too. I feel that I've been saved by that. You can't deny that things could have their own will and pride just like we do.
僕は自分が間違っていたことを全面的に謝罪する。もし可能ならやり直させてほしいとも願う。
やり直す。何をでしょうか。
Maybe start by giving back all her clothes.
最初から。そうだな。お前。君の怒りを僕がかわしてしまった過ち。そこからを。
そうですか。でしたら、頬を下げてください。
うん。
I lower my head as she tells me to. Our eyes lock at close range. What's pretty isn't just its face. It is a powerful glow that only those with a will can have. If I recognized this from the beginning, I wouldn't have treated it simply as a doll. Smack. A large... Was that really a large sound? That was... very, very small. Accompanied by an equally large sting. She holds her now red hand. The thing with a will nods and giggles a little.
奇妙な方ですね、あなたは。奇妙ですが、どうやら話は通じそうです。
She clears her throat a little. Hibiki creeps closer and places her lips to the thing's ears. What?
あなた、服、整え直した方がよかばい。
To say whisper.
さようですね。 ご助言ありがとうございます。すみませんが、後ろを向いていていただけますか？
無論だ。
I hear the quick sounds of cloth rubbing against each other. I'm reminded of how Michiko always fumbles with her change of clothes. It makes me assume that she's used to wearing clothes. What? I guess she would be used to wearing clothes.
すみません。お待たせいたしました。
I mean, like, she's probably been wearing the same clothes for like 6 years.
いや、待ったというほど。おう。
And tiny. Don't forget that part.
さようでしょうね。そのように私は作られておりますから。
Lip. Neatly dressed and a proper salute. I respond by imitating it, and Hibiki proceeds to imitate me.
私は蹄鉄8620系蒸気機関車トップナンバー8620号専用レールロード86と申します。
8620. They have. Oh, okay. They have separate. Never mind. They have separate glossary entries for Imperial Railway and 8620. I thought those two were combined, right?
響き。
I understand how Hibiki feels, but there's no need to hate her by association. Even if she may be a rail lord, the one in front of me should be seen as Hachiroku and nothing else. Jesus Christ, I don't know why it took me so long to process it.
丁寧なご挨拶イタミール。僕は相鉄。右田相鉄という学生。休学したての学生だ。
私は右田響。お人よの学園の学園生です。お人よ、右田。
She moves just like a human. Hachiroku places her short fingers to her mouth, deep in thought.
思い出しました。右田タイト様はどちらですか？
Oh, he's long dead. What?
おじい様は、
亡くなった。とうの昔に。
Yeah, he died in 2017. I mean...
そうでしたか。随分と長いこと、私は眠ってしまっていたようですね。
Huh? Hey, look, alright. That was personal. Well, you shared it with me, so...
86さんは
呼び捨てで結構ですよ、相鉄様。
ならばそうしよう。86はここ、右田タイトの部屋のその飾りダンスで、ガラスケースの中にしまわれていた。
ガラスケース。そうですか。
Yeah, and then Hibiki fucking smashed it open. A cold, shivering smile. Surpassing intelligence, surpassing emotions. I feel as if she's more human than any of us.
うまく思い出せませんが、私はタイト様のご期待を大きく裏切ってしまったようですね。
タイトさんの期待？
ええ。失礼ながらお伺いいたしますが、相鉄様はタイト様のご相続人でいらっしゃいますか？
I guess.
そうだい。
I wasn't quite sure how to answer that question, but Hibiki answered for me. I feel a bit happy to hear that, but in these cases, you have to be proper and accurate.
僕も相続人の端くれではある。が、 一番の相続人。右田家の現当主ということであれば、枕姉だ。
枕姉様でございますか？
うん。誠なる闇と書いて、枕と読む。
素敵なお名前。長いトンネルを思わせますね。
After saying that, Hachiroku gasps, as if she realizes something. He looks at me and then at Hibiki.
いいえ、枕様はきっと枕木の枕ですね。相鉄様はその上に敷かれる相鉄、レール。
Okay, see, cross tie I need a glossary entry for.
枕木とは線路をその上に乗せる。文字通り線路の枕となる役割を果たす横木のことです。バラストの上に設置され、犬釘を打ち込むことによってレールと固定されます。
枕木とバラストは列車の振動を防止してくれます。っていうか、枕木とバラストがもしなかったら、レールは列車の重みでズブズブ地面に沈んじゃいます、きっと。
Ah, I see. And cross ties are the longitude blocks that serve as a shock absorber for the tracks. On top of the ballast, then spikes.
バラストとは砕石、砕いた石のことで、枕木の下に敷いて枕木と共に走行する列車から線路が受ける衝撃を軽減するものでございます。
逆に言えば、バラストは走行する列車にとっても振動。
Yes, okay. I get it. Kinda. See, a visual representation would have been good.
ほう。
そして響様はレールと列車との立てる響き。タイト様はお孫様たちに素敵なお名前を付けられましたね。
Did you really need a glossary entry for trains? Hang on.
列車という言葉には大きく2つの意味がございます。一つは2両以上連結されている鉄道車両群のこと。そしてもう一つはダイヤに従って線路上を走行している鉄道車両のことでございます。
例えば、
What the
キハ
fuck?
07
Hang
が
on.
他の車両を
編成とは鉄道車両を列車に仕立てることを意味する言葉でございます。6両の車両を連結させて仕立てられた列車は6両編成。1両だけで成り立つ列車の場合は1両編成といった風に呼ばれます。
ちなみに列車っていうのは線路上をダイヤに従って走る鉄道車両のことって定義されてます。連結されてても走行してない車両たち。
Huh? See, this is why I should just hold back on the glossary entries, because now I'm just getting more confused.
そうならよかったのだが、僕は。
A train is a train, alright? A train is the thing that runs along a track.
私、ねえねえ呼んでくるばい。
Hibiki runs out of to the brewery. I think she's trying to make an escape. Hibiki hates it when anyone talks about how I was adopted. I knew that, but I couldn't help but explain that to Hachiroku.
軽やかですね、響様の足音は。
Yeah, like the spring key.
だな。ああ見えて文武両道だ。その上、大層絵がうまい。
それは素敵です。
だろ？86もその美しさだ。少し慣れれば、きっと響が描きたがると思うぞ。
それはとても光栄に存じます。
はいはい、なんねなんね。
Makoto placidly walks over, and behind her is Hibiki. She's hiding behind Makoto.
わやま、この子が。はじめまして、86さん。
はじめまして、枕様。私のことはどうぞ86とお呼びください。
ほんなら86ちゃんね。うちんことも
枕でよかった。
お気持ちだけ頂戴します、枕様。そこは人と物との分担をわきまえておりますので。
おやま、これは随分と。
Makoto trails off there and looks at me.
そんで、86ちゃんは何のご用と？
はい、実は。
Hachiroku's way of speaking is decorative, but always to the point. When you hear her talk, you can understand the main points right away.
ほんなら、86ちゃんは身の振り方をうちに決めてほしかと？
はい。私はタイト様に買い取られたものですので、筆頭相続人たる枕様が今のオーナーであるかと。
そら、ちごとるね、86ちゃん。
Hachiroku blinks in confusion.
何がでございますか？
じいさまの部屋とその所有物は全部そうちゃんが相続人たい。じゃっけん、86ちゃんのオーナーは。
Of course, Sotetsu is the current owner is Hachiroku's owner.
了解しました。相鉄様が私の現オーナーなのですね。
そうらしいな。
That's Makoto's decision. Then I have no right to object. Any order or duty she gives me, I have to do everything I can to fulfill it.
身の処し方と言っていたが、86に何か希望はあるのか？
希望ですか？私の。
他の者の希望を聞いても仕方あるまい。知性があるなら、無論希望も湧くだろ
う。それは。
She's hesitant. That's what it seems.
しばらくお待ちください。そのようなこと、初めて問われましたので。
She slouches, and there is dead silence. She soon raises her face and begins to open her lips.
あら？ねえねえ、あらとか言うたらかわいそうばい。
Hachiroku looks down and turns bright red.
ゼンマイでは足りんのか？
はい。
After asking her directly, she turns to me with a look of relief in her eyes.
あれは単なる非常動力ですので。
非常ではない動力源は？
I was gonna say something, but that's too hentai for.
蒸気です。ですから水と石炭をもしいただければ。
そうか、水なら。
兄に、私行くけん。
She tries to make up for causing the embarrassing scene. Hibiki expresses her feelings with actions as she runs off, only to return a short while later.
これ、お酒作りに使う上等な水たい。
澄み切っていますね。頂戴します。
Hachiroku holds the tiny cup with both hands and starts gulping down the water. So then what's she gonna do with the coal? She's gonna eat it? Cup is emptied instantly. Makoto squints.
よっか飲みっぷりたい。今度飲み暮らせん？
I don't think she needs to swallow. Right? Bad choice of words. Never mind.
真水でよければ喜んで。アルコールは異常燃焼の原因となってしまいますので。
Well, alcohol is flammable, so.
まあ水ば、うちがよう飲まん。
A cheerful smile. She wipes the spot that touched her lips with a handkerchief. Then, before returning the cup to Hibiki.
大変に上等なお水でした。お酒作りとおっしゃってましたが。
Hibiki diverts her eyes away. The water in the cup is used to brew kumashochu. If you want to talk about the source of the Kuma River, it'll simply remind her of the exchange earlier.
水が満ちたなら、次は石炭だな。枕ね、この家に石炭は？
うちにも石炭ボイラーがあるにはあるばって。もう長いことつことらんけんね。
I don't know, Minecraft's taught me that charcoal is a good substitute.
ならば、近所に石炭を売っている店などは？
ないと思います、兄さん。ですが、ひょっとすると術戦堂に。
なるほど。あそこは配炭鉱だったな。と。
After trying to casually grab at Hachiroku, I suddenly remembered my mistake from earlier. The intelligent being said she was a maiden. Then I should make sure I treat her accordingly.
そこへ案内したいのだが、86、僕はどのように君をエスコートすればいいか。
Carry her. Like a child.
いえ、そこまでのことをしていただくわけには。
行くさ。僕は君のオーナーとなったのだからな。君を大切に扱う義務がある。
さようでございますか。
Hachiroku casually brushes her hair.
それではお伺いいたしますが、相鉄様の利き腕は？
右だ。
でしたら、左手を私の椅子にしていただいてよろしいですか？
I was joking.
なるほど。こうか。
はい、上等です。
I bend my left arm and take a lower stance in order to have Hachiroku sit on my arm. She's much heavier than she looks. I see. I'm convinced that she's a steam engine.
ならば行こう。
I stand up and Hachiroku naturally leans on me. If I disperse her weight evenly across my arm and my chest, then she isn't all that heavy actually.
枕ね、響。片付けの途中にすまんが、ちょっと行ってくる。
Getting a bit crunchy there.
はい、いってらっしゃい。
兄さん、そんな簡単に行くと言っても。
I'll miss you, Makuda. I mean...
何？実際に簡単だ。僕のエアクラは優秀だからな。
じゃけん、そんエアクラが。
エアクラ！
Hachiroku yells from right near my head, no less. She starts to fidget about.
どうした、86？
エアクラになぞ乗りません。エアクラは、あれは私たちの恩敵です。
Actually, that is true. Because of aircraft, there isn't a use for rail lords anymore, right? Even because aircraft are in trains as well, even though it's called an aircraft.